Let's talk about the number one trap today that is going to rob you of an amplified life in 2020. I'm talking about the overwork trap. The average American spending 47 hours a week in the office, but when you total up time working from home on the weekends and in the evening, that number starts creeping up around 55 hours a week, which is almost 2 work days more than what used to be the 40-hour-a-week standard. We are busier than ever, and there's a lot of superficial advice that tells you to turn off your smart device after 7 p.m. And yes, that is important, but we also want to get curious about what are the underlying causes that you are so attached to work. And in what I've found in working with clients now is that your attachment patterns really inform how you relate to your job. Attachment patterns are a psychological term that really refer to the way that you learn to connect emotionally and psychologically to the world based on the quality of care and attunement that you got from your primary caregivers as a child. Some people are anxious attachment. They cried out, but there was an inconsistent response to their needs growing up. So these are people that tend to be very anxious. They're worried about not being loved, not being liked. Anxious attachment people might have lost a parent early in life or had a parent run out on the family, and it creates that anxiety, right? And the way that this manifests at work is because you want to be loved and be acknowledged so much because you might not have gotten it as a child. You'll be the person who's working till 8 and 9 o'clock at night. You'll be the person who's doing the work of 6 people because you really want that praise. And the good news is you're a very hard worker. You show up, you get it done. But the bad news is you're going to end up burned out. Now, on the flip side of that, we also have people who are avoidant attachment, who might have had an emotionally distant caregiver growing up. You cried out and nobody showed up. So you learned to be highly self-sufficient and independent, which makes you great as a self-starter at work, but also means you're not great about asking for help or relying on a team. You'll take on the work of 6 or 7 people, not so much to be loved, but because you don't believe anybody will show up to help you and that nobody else can do the work as well as you can anyway. So whether you're anxious or avoidant attachment, it's 2 sides of the same coin. All roads lead to burnout at the end of the day, which is why having a coach who can help you not just create the superficial strategies to get you away from the office, but help your nervous system feel safe to take a deep breath, to step away from work, to recharge, and to spend time with people that you love is everything. But when you stop overworking, you are going to greatly amplify your life in 2020.